This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, for May 6, 2023, Saint and taxi operator missing. 34-year-old Javon Dickinson, a taxi operator of Limehall District in St. Anne, has been missing since Monday, May 1. He is of dark complexion, slim build, about 170 centimeters or 5 feet 7 inches tall. Reports are that Dickinson was last seen at home. His mode of dress at the time he went missing is unknown. Efforts to locate him have been futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Dickinson is asked to contact the St. Anne's Bay Police at 876-972-2211, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. L.A. Lewis arrested for alleged toll violation. Entertainer L.A. Lewis is now in police custody following an arrest on Friday night. The news understands that a controversial figure was picked up by members of the GCF's Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. He was arrested for toll evasion after breaking through the toll booth in St. Catherine. In a 28-second video clip captured by L.A. Lewis as he entered the Portmore leg of Highway 2000, the entertainer declared that after waiting in line to pay the toll, he decided it was taking too long and that he would do what me feel like. Me not that toll ya people and it'll take too long. Me run me own a destiny people, so me I go through the tagline. And I am emperor, so me do so now, boom, and me run through the tagline. And I eat that people, he said as he broke the barrier and triggered the alarm. L.A. Lewis is now set to face a court to answer to charges for breaching the toll. He will remain in custody at least for the weekend. Under the 2003 Toll Authority Act, if any person fails or refuses to pay toll in accordance with this act or any regulations made hereunder, the amount of the toll administrative fee relating thereto and any interest thereon shall be recoverable by the concessionaire as a civil debt in a resident magistrate's court, notwithstanding any limitation as to the amount recoverable under the Judicial Resident Magistrates Act. Section 26 of the Act also states that maliciously or forcibly breaking, damaging, or destroying any property of a concessionaire on summary conviction is liable for a fine not exceeding $200,000 or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months. 5 of 6 in sports fraud accused granted bail. 5 of the 6 people facing criminal charges for their alleged involvement in the $220 million fraud uncovered at the state-owned Institute of Sports have been granted bail. Andrew Wright, the alleged mastermind behind the scheme, has been remanded. His co-accused O'Neill Hope, Rudolph Barnes, Janika Mills, Andrea Picton, and Shireen Ferguson were each granted bail in the sum of $500,000 in the Home Circuit Court on Friday. The media was barred from the bail hearing, in which prosecutors reportedly detailed how the alleged fraudulent scheme operated. The 5 fraud accused who were granted bail were ordered to surrender their travel documents and not to contact any of the witnesses in the case. A stop order has been placed on them at the port. They are charged with various offenses, including conspiracy to defraud, acquisition, use and the possession of criminal property, engaging in transactions involving criminal property, and larceny as a servant. Man arrested and charged after changing story in court. A St. Andrew man who was shot 7 times and pointed out his attacker to the police, then went to court and changed his story, has been arrested and charged, law enforcement sources have disclosed. Ramil Gentles was charged with attempting to pervert the course of justice shortly after he gave evidence in the Home Circuit Court on Thursday, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions confirmed. His alleged conduct caused the murder trial of Dwayne Grant to collapse. Grant was also on trial for illegal possession of firearm, shooting with intent, and wounding with intent arising from an incident on Red Hills Road, St. Andrew, in which 5 people, including Gentles, were shot. 1 person was killed in the attack. But the trial reportedly ended abruptly after Gentles' alleged reversal forced the prosecutors to offer no further evidence against Grant. He is the only one out of the 5 persons who was able to point out and identify the accused, one law enforcement source said, indicating the basis on which the trial was aborted. Grant, who has another murder trial pending, was immediately released from custody because he was already granted bail in that case. Gentles remained in police custody up to late yesterday and is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on May 31. The country's top prosecutor, Paula Llewellyn, said her team has been instructed to be bold and seek to have criminal charges laid in cases where there is clear evidence either of creating public mischief or attempting to pervert the course of justice. The prosecution has to be decisive and strong in the public interest to deal with these kinds of matters, Llewellyn told the news yesterday. According to law enforcement sources, Gentles gave police investigators a statement accusing Grant of being the person who shot him. He also pointed out Grant as his attacker during an identification parade conducted by detectives, sources disclosed. But according to one investigator, Gentles went back to the police late last year and gave another statement saying Grant was not the person who shot him and claimed he was pressured by investigators to give that account. When he took the witness stand on Thursday, it's reported that Gentles gave evidence that he did not see the person who shot him and claimed that it was detectives who showed him a video recording of Grant. Llewellyn said her office has also seen cases where witnesses opted to go to a justice of the peace to recant their initial statement to the police. She said the proper procedure for witnesses who want to change their statements is to go back to the investigating officer in the case. You never know, it could be out of fear or it could be corruption or just total apathy. So the police would have to carry out their investigations, said DPP Llewellyn. Guard in Slickiana murder case to stand a trial. Rohan Rose, the security guard charged with misprision of a felony about the 2022 murder of social media influencer Anika Slickiana Townsend, has been committed to stand a trial in the St. James Circuit Court on September 21. The 47-year-old Rose, who is of a Hanover address, had his bail extended after being given the trial date by presiding High Court Justice Andrea Thomas yesterday. The September 21 date was canvassed and agreed by Rose's lawyer Martin Thomas and the prosecution before Rose's brief appearance before the court. The misprision charge against Rose stemmed from the fact that he was aware that a felony was committed but failed to inform the authorities. Rose was reportedly told about Townsend's killing by Rashawn Patterson, the man charged with her murder. However, he did not report the matter to the police. Townsend's body was retrieved from the sea off the Redding coastline in St. James on the morning of Friday, October 21, 2022, by the Marine Police. A subsequent post-mortem examination concluded that she had been strangled. According to the allegations, Rose was arrested and charged on November 4, 2 days after Patterson was arrested in a special police operation. Rose subsequently gave the police a statement regarding Patterson, which led to the latter being formally charged with Townsend's murder on November 11. While Rose is currently out on bail, Patterson was denied bail when he last appeared in the St. James Circuit Court on March 21, despite claims by his lawyer Dion Mailer Barrett that attempts were made to harm him in custody. Patterson is scheduled to return to court on September 21. Patterson is also facing charges in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court for an unrelated case of assault that occurred in the St. Andrews South Police Division. In that case, which stemmed from a 2018 incident, it is alleged that he physically assaulted a woman in a jealous rage. Since Patterson's latest arrest, a bulletin was put out by the police asking for any other persons who might have been harmed by him to come forward and provide a report. It is suspected that he may have been involved in similar incidents which were not reported. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.